Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Stephanie Sequeira and I make videos on microbiology and also some other topics that are very close to my heart. In today's video, I will be talking about why do we use only certain kind of stains for gram staining and what's the reason or what's the principle behind it, right? So before we could go and start with our exact topic, I would just like to take a few minutes and love to thank each and every one of you who come to my channel and watch my videos. Trust me or not, you guys mean the world to me. You guys give me such great confidence, such great motivation to do much great work. So yeah, thank you so much. And also people who have subscribed to my channel, you don't know, you are so special to me, because it's just because of you people that I'm able to sit down and make such amazing videos, and it just makes me push my boundaries to do much more better work and do my research work, so that I can able to just come and talk to you guys and give you guys some information or insights about what I feel is important to know. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So why do we use certain stains only for gram stainings? Why don't we use orange, or why don't we use blue, pink? Why don't we use these colors, right? There must be some reasons to it, right? That we only use 4 stains that are termed as gram stains. So what's the reason behind it, right? Has a thought ever come in your mind, like why only certain stains, why only certain colors, and why don't we use some other colors, right? So let me tell you that everything you do or every experiment you perform has a reason behind it or has a certain principle behind it. That is why you're using certain things for the experiment, right? And to be able to officially or scientifically prove or use certain stains, it must have gone certain research work behind it, right? There must be people who have done so much of research work to come to a conclusion that microbial cells can be identified or can be classified only by using gram stains, correct? So that is why only we use these 4 stains to perform the gram staining technique. So now when I'm telling you about these 4 stains, that is crystal violet, iodine solution, alcohol solution, and safranin, right? So these 4 stains in scientific terms have also another name, different terms to them, okay? So now when I'm talking about crystal violet is known as primary stain, okay? Why is it known as a primary stain, okay? Because it is the first stain or is the first step in gram staining, okay? Wherein you add the crystal violet stains to your microbial cells, which stains the entire microbial cells purple or violet in color, right? That is why it is known as a primary stain, because it's the first stain that you use in your staining technique. Now when I'm talking about iodine solution, that is grams iodine, we use that and for staining purposes. So that grams iodine is also known as mordant, okay? It's known as mordant because when you add grams iodine or the gram solution to your microbial cells, what it does is it forms a crystal violet iodine complex, okay? That is, when you add your iodine solution, okay, to your microbial cells, your cells already have the primary stain, that is crystal violet, okay, that is absorbed into the cells. Now when you are adding iodine solution, your iodine solution forms a crystal violet iodine bond or iodine complex, okay, which intensifies the color of the microbial cells, and therefore if you observe the cells under the microscope, you can see a very dark color, a darkish brown color under the microscope, because you have your CVI complex form, that is crystal violet iodine complex. Okay, so the third and the most important step in this technique is the alcohol washing step. Okay, so when I'm saying alcohol wash, it may seem a very basic step or a very negligent step. If you not do it also, it will be fine. No, this step is the most important and the most critical one in your gram staining technique, because this step determines what group your microorganism goes in. This is achieved by alcohol wash, because this alcohol helps in degrading certain lipids, certain proteins present in your cell's component, right? Now when I'm telling you cells component and we are talking about stains and everything, so what gives color to your cells? That is your components of the microbial cells. Your cells has certain components which absorbs these stains, correct? So the cell wall absorbs all the stains that you add in for your staining technique. Now when you add a crystal violet stain, your organism under the microscope appears purplish violet in color. Why? Because the cell wall has absorbed it, correct? Now you have added iodine, the cell's color has intensified. Why? Because the cell wall has absorbed its stain inside it, correct? So now in order to distinguish between the microorganisms, you have to do the alcohol wash step, because that degrades certain components in your microbial cell, so that you can differentiate between two groups of microorganisms. So what are these two groups? To know that, I will tell you at the end of the video, so you need to watch the full video to know that. So yeah, alcohol wash degrades certain protein complexes, certain lipid complex. When this alcohol wash degrades the protein complexes, degrades the lipid complexes, what it does, it breaks the crystal violet iodine bond, and what happens is, when your protein and your lipids are degraded, your stain can escape from your cell wall, okay, because the component or the complex is broken. So it makes easier for the stain to leave the microbial cells and therefore make the cells colorless again, correct? Now when you add alcohol, your alcohol then washes off the crystal violet stains, because why? The bond is broken, correct? Your proteins are degraded and therefore it makes the stain very easy to leave the cell, correct? And thus making cells of certain group of microorganisms colorless again, correct? As it was earlier before adding the crystal violet and iodine, correct? So now your certain cells are colorless and certain cells have crystal violet. Why? Because it depends on certain cells structure that it only can absorb crystal violet, okay? So now when I'm saying only can absorb crystal violet, now what about the cells that have got colorless, correct? Because of the alcohol wash, certain cells have lost its color. So now what can be done? This is where now the fourth stain comes into the picture, that is safranin. Okay, so safranin in scientific terms is known as a counter stain. Why counter stain? Because it's the last stain which helps color the microbial cells that have lost color during the alcohol wash, because the cell couldn't contain the CVI component or the CVI complex. That is why we use safranin, or as in the counter stain, which then stains the microbial cells which have lost its color, correct? So now what is happening here is certain cells are stained purple, certain cells are stained red. Correct? I told you crystal violet stains the cell purplish violet, and your saffron stains the cell as reddish or pink. So your certain cells have stained as purple, certain cells have stained as reddish pink. So there is a difference. Okay, now there is a they have formed the groups of their own, correct? And that is the whole purpose of this Gram staining, that is to identify cells that are purple in color and identify cells that are reddish pink in color. Okay, and that is the whole purpose of performing the Gram staining technique, is because microbial cells have been classified into two main groups, that is Gram positive microorganisms and Gram negative organisms. What are Gram positive organisms? Gram positive organisms are those organisms that are purple in color or purplish violet in color. Those microorganisms are known as Gram positive organisms because these Gram positive organisms have certain characteristics of their own, whereas the Gram negative organisms, which have stained red or pinkish in color, have their own set of characteristics which makes them different from each other. And that is the purpose behind Gram staining, because whenever you take a certain sample, rainwater sample, okay, suppose you have gone and collected your rainwater sample and you want to test what kind of organisms are present under it. So what will you do is, you will first observe it under the microscope by performing the Gram staining technique to see what group of organisms is present in that rainwater, whether there is Gram positive organisms or there is Gram negative organisms, correct? And now why do we need to find that, correct? Why do we need to know whether the organisms are Gram positive or Gram negative? That is because once we find what group they are of, we can further do research work and find what kind of organism or what is the name of that organism by performing certain biochemical tests, correct? Or by performing further complex tests to see whether the rainwater or the organisms present in the rainwater are harmful to you or not. And this is why researchers are working day and night to find out what organisms are good and beneficial to your health and what organisms are not good at all, which may cause diseases, which may give you troubles, correct? And now imagine, take the example of typhoid, okay? Why is typhoid a thing, or why is typhoid a infection, correct? You get typhoid by consuming contaminated water. That means that water you consume, okay, has certain microorganisms which cause your infection inside your body, right? It causes an infection inside your body. So when I'm talking about typhoid, the microorganism that causes typhoid is Salmonella typhi. Okay, Salmonella typhi comes from the group of Gram negative organism. And why is it so? That will make another video. Okay, so this video is long enough and I've given you all the steps and why do we only use certain kind of stains and why not the others. And so yeah, this is what I made a video on this topic because I feel it is important to know the difference between organisms and why do we do certain steps, why do we use certain stains only for performing the technique. So yeah, that was it for today's video. I hope you guys like the videos, so please feel free to leave a like, comment and share my video, and also do not forget to subscribe to my channel. It will mean the world to me. So thank you. Bye bye. Take care.